What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 news update. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a bunch of information that came out of Gamescom 2017. This includes new character creator news, new character reveals, as well as some potential teasers to characters that have yet to be revealed. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first up, let's kick things off by talking about the character creator. Now, in my previous video, I talked about everything that we knew about the character creator so far, and with that feature alone, like I've said several times now, I really do see people just spending hours perfecting that character and making them exactly how they envisioned them in their minds. It's going to be a really cool feature, and I've seen a lot of hype around that feature alone, so I'm really excited to see, just what people are going to make with the character creator. And today, we got some brand new details on what you can expect to see in the character creator. For example, some of the new pieces we know of are katanas, a mustache attachment which you can put on a character's face, and the Spider-Man Homecoming homemade torso. But the coolest thing that has been revealed is basically you can have a beam that fires from any weapon in the game, and that includes swords. So you could, I guess, for example, take a sword and actually have it shoot a fire beam or something like that. Really, really cool. Little things like that just add to the possibilities of what you're able to make with this character creator. Like I've said already, I can't wait to see what people make with this feature. Next up, we need to talk about Level 7, the Surtur boss battle. Now, obviously, there's a lot of hype around Surtur right now because, of course, he's going to be in Thor Ragnarok. We saw in the recent trailer, Hulk taking him on at the very last second of that trailer, and it was amazing. I can't wait to see that on the big screen. But in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, they're kind of doing their own thing. Basically, there's going to be a point in the game where Thor, Jane Foster Thor, classic Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Loki team up to take on Surtur, and it is very cool. And one of the things that I like about this mission is in one of the cutscenes, Jane Foster Thor is basically talking with Odin, but then she realizes that she's actually been talking with Loki the whole time, which is of course a nice little throwback to the ending of Thor the Dark World, and a possible confirmation of Odin being playable. Because when you look at these LEGO games, they don't really waste character models. If a character appears in a cutscene or something like that, chances are they're probably playable. And seeing as how you've got Asgard, you've got Thor, you've got Heimdall, I'm pretty certain that Odin will be playable in this game. But of course, we will just have to wait and see. Next up, we need to talk about a brand new character, but here's the thing. We don't know this character's name or what they look like. Basically, Arthur Parsons recently announced a brand new character that is going to be in the game, but he wouldn't give away their name. The only clue he gave is Madonna Song. Now, there's been a lot of guesses online as to who Arthur could be referring to here. Whether this means that the character's name is the name of a Madonna Song as well remains to be seen, because personally, I have no idea who this character could be. But I wanted to mention it in the video anyway, because I'm very interested to hear who you all think it could be. Let me know in the comment section below, as I'm really interested to hear all your thoughts. Now, going back to Surtur for a second, in the boss battle from the game, we can actually see that Surtur switches his size and he becomes a much smaller, Hulk-sized big figure. And in the previous trailer that we saw, where we saw Surtur for the first time, I kind of thought, they're not using a brick build, they're using a big figure, so I was pretty certain that he would be playable. And yes, Arthur Parsons has officially confirmed that Surtur is playable in this game. Very, very exciting. I'm glad they are doing that, because that model is extremely cool, and it would be amazing if he could actually grow as tall as Fin Fang Foom did in LEGO Marvel's Avengers. Now that would be really cool. Now, before we move on to some more brand new character reveals, we need to talk about some character teasers. These are basically characters that have been teased that might be in the game, but not officially confirmed yet. The first characters we're going to be talking about are the Spider-Women. So, when asked if Spider-Woman Jessica Drew, Silk Cindy Moon, and Spider-Girl Anya Corazon will be in the game, Arthur Parsons replied with his classic, "You'll have to wait and see." Now, obviously, Arthur says that pretty much all the time now when he gets asked questions, but there's been a lot of times now where he said that and then give it a month or so and that character is revealed. Personally, if I had to guess, I would say, these characters might be in the game. At least one of them has to be in the game. I think Spider-Woman Jessica Drew, I believe she does actually have her own official minifigure. I think there's maybe two of them, if I remember correctly. So I could definitely see that version being in the game. Silk is very popular at the moment. I would love to see her in the game. And obviously, Anya Corazon would be cool as well. Thing is, this game has a lot of Spider-Man content in it already, and I can definitely see them adding more. Even if it's DLC, I could see them adding a Spider-Verse DLC with even more Spider-Man content. So not an official confirmation, but I could definitely see some Spider-Women, as well as Spider-Gwen, obviously she's confirmed, being in this game. The next character tease that we need to talk about is Ego the Living Planet. So, when asked if Ego will be playable and able to transform into his human form, as seen in, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Arthur Parsons replied with, yet again, you'll have to wait and see, but this time it was with a smiley face. Now, we obviously saw Ego in the very first trailer for LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2, so he's definitely confirmed to at least make an appearance in this game. But being able to play as both the human and planet versions of this character will be extremely cool, especially after watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I absolutely love. And I'm really interested to see if they would make it where, you know, Ego in his human form and Ego the planet form will be separate characters, or if they'd be transformations. I think it'd be really cool if you could have Ego transform into his human form. Not sure how that would work or what it would look like, but it would be a very cool addition to the game. And of course, Ego is extremely powerful. You can see that in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So I'm very excited to see if this character is playable. I would love to see, you know, just what he's able to do, because I think he would be a very fun character to play as in this game. Lastly, for character teasers, we need to talk about the Avengers 1 million BC. So, when asked if the Avengers 1 million BC will be in the game or added later as part of LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 Season Pass, Will Evans, who's the game designer at TT Games, replied by saying, to quote the almighty Arthur Parsons, you'll have to wait and see, smiley face. Now, you gotta think, LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 is all about different timelines and realities. You got 2099, you got Noir, the Old West, Medieval England, all these different parts of the Marvel universe. So having the Avengers 1 million BC in the game or a season pass would make perfect sense. I mean, if for anything, it's just so we can play as Ghost Rider riding a flaming mammoth, because I need that. I need to have that in the game because it would be so cool. And, you know, if it's in the main game, great, but I would love to have this as part of the season pass, because I think it would be really cool if we get the Avengers 1 million BC in the game, but they have their own story mission. That would be really interesting, getting to play as basically caveman Avengers. That would be very, very cool. But of course, we will just have to wait and see. And last but most certainly not least, the final thing we need to talk about is, of course, the updated character roster. So during Gamescom 2017, they announced a bunch of brand new characters for LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. First up, we can see right here, Adam Warlock. Of course, we saw him in the Chronopolis trailer, and design-wise, he looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. They have nailed that design, and I can't wait to see what else he can do in the game, because from the gameplay they showed in the trailer, he looks really, really cool. I mean, come on, it's Adam Warlock. He's awesome. Next character we can see right here is Agent Coulson. Now this is where it gets interesting, because from the recent gameplay we've seen, the Wasp now appears to be the tutorial character, which Agent Coulson was before. So that makes me think, what role does Coulson have in the story? Well, we saw from the Kang the Conqueror trailer that Nick Fury is in the game, so you got to think, with Nick Fury being in the game, Coulson can't be that far behind. So I would say Coulson has some role in the story at some point, but if not, he'll probably be a side quest character. It's just great to see that he's going to be in this game, because Coulson is awesome, and hopefully they can add some abilities and weapons that he used in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show as well, because that would be pretty cool. We've also got Black Bolt, the King of Atalan, finally confirmed. I think this is one of the characters that we all expected to be in the game. I mean, it's the King of Atalan, we had Lockjaw announced, we had Medusa announced, Black Bolt couldn't be far behind, and I'm sure the other Inhumans will be announced at a later date as well. We've got Captain America as a pilot. This is basically an official minifigure, so I can understand why he's in the game. But more exciting, Roberta Mendez, Captain America 2099. I'm so glad this version of Captain America is in the game, because she's awesome, and the fact that there's more 2099 characters is very exciting, because they haven't really announced many more, and there's so many more I'd love to see in the game. Hulk 2099, Venom 2099, Punisher, just so many different versions of Marvel characters, but 2099 versions that would be great additions to this game. And not just 2099, but Noir as well, because the only Noir character we know of is Spider-Man Noir, so hopefully they announce more characters from those sides of the Marvel Universe real soon. Next up, this character is called Darkhawk. I don't really know anything about this character, but design-wise, he looks really cool, so I'm excited to see what he's able to do in this game. We've also got Red Hulk, of course we saw in the Chronopolis trailer. Great to see him making a return, and hopefully he can still transform into General Ross. We've got Heimdall, Hela, Horus, who is basically the Egyptian Avenger version of Thor. Very cool character. I don't really know much about him, but he looks great and I can't wait to see what he can do in this game. We've also got Howard the Duck, who, yes, was confirmed, but we recently got confirmation that he can actually suit up into the Iron Duck armor. Now, this is really cool, because I was thinking they would just take the Iron Duck armor and make it a separate character that you could choose from the grid as basically an alternate costume for Howard, but they haven't done that at all. You hold down triangle as Howard the Duck, and he will suit up into the Iron Duck armor, and it's a completely unique animation as well, which is a really nice surprise. We've also got Iron Fist. Now, I'm really interested to see what they do different with Iron Fist this time around, because he wasn't really that different from LEGO Marvel Superheroes to LEGO Marvel's Avengers, and I love Iron Fist, so I'd love to see some new abilities from this character this time around. Now, this character is probably the one that I'm most excited about that we can see in this grid. It is basically a Wild West version of Iron Man, which I had no idea existed. Basically, you can play as a blacksmith version of Tony Stark from the Old West, which is so cool. And if you hold down triangle, you will suit up similar to the Iron Man Mark 1 suit up from LEGO Marvel's Avengers, where Stan Lee ran in and Tony suit up. But this time around, it's a cowboy suiting up a blacksmith version of Tony Stark, which is really cool. And the suit is basically like a steampunk black and gold Iron Man suit, and I love this. I absolutely love this design, and it gets better. Not only can you suit up into the Iron Man suit, you can also take it off at any time as well. I mean, so cool, man. Just so cool that they've given us the option to put the suit on and take it off at any time, because obviously in LEGO Marvel's Avengers, all the different suit up animations were great, but it was kind of a shame how you couldn't take the suit off, and now that you can, that is just amazing. We've also got Kid Colt. I'm really excited to see that Marvel Western characters like Kid Colt are in the game, because I did some reading on that character and I thought he was pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Kid Colt can do in this game. We've also got Maestro, of course, the Hulk from the future. Love that this version's in the game, and I really hope he can turn into an old Bruce Banner, just because I want to see what an old Bruce Banner minifigure would look like, because I think it would look pretty cool. And I think he was posing as Odin or something, so he had like long hair and a big beard, so that would be a pretty cool looking minifigure. Now, in the gameplay, we actually didn't see much from Maestro, but what we did see is he can charge at enemies with Captain America's shield, which is just so cool. We also saw Man-Thing in the Chronopolis trailer as well, who looks amazing. Love the design of that character. I went into detail on that in my previous video because he just looks so cool. We've got Nebula Quake. Now, yes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans, you'll be very excited to see this. Quake is going to be playable in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. This has got me thinking, if Quake is in the game, I wonder if they're going for another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. DLC pack with LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. Maybe this is, of course you can see, it is the classic Quake. Maybe the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show version of Quake, Daisy Johnson, maybe she will be playable when you get the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. DLC pack, if there's going to be one. I mean, I'm not 100% certain on that, that's just a guess, but it would be cool to see another one, because obviously a lot has happened in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. since the LEGO Marvel's Avengers DLC. Of course, we had Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider, so it'd be great to see him in the game as well. Next character, which I'm so glad is in the game, because he's just such a perfect fit to LEGO Marvel games, Spider-Ham. Finally, Spider-Ham is in a LEGO Marvel game. Yes, I'm so glad to see this version of Spider-Man in the game, and I really hope they go the extra mile and make it where you can actually turn into Peter Parker. I love the secret identities in this game, but, you know, being able to play as a character and switch between the hero and the secret identity is always really cool. So if they can do that for all the Spider-Man characters, including Spider-Ham being able to turn into Peter Parker, that would be really cool. Next one, we were all correct on this. Tactical Force is in the game. It is basically a Hydra version of Iron Man. So cool. I'm really excited to see, you know, just what other versions of these characters are in the game, because we've had 2 Iron Men already, and I'm pretty certain we'll probably get a 2099 Iron Man as well, and maybe a Noir Iron Man. That would be pretty cool. I believe there is a Noir Iron Man, so that wouldn't be completely out of place in this game. The other character we can see here, this is Terminatrix. I don't know a single thing about this character, but he looks cool, so I'm excited to see what he can do. And finally, the final character we can see right here is Vormund, who is basically Captain Germany, and I love the design of this character. He looks really cool. You can actually see right here, this is an official screenshot. You get a much better look at the character, and he just looks awesome. Can't wait to see what he can do in the game as well. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Tons of characters there to talk about. I mean, I'm just so excited about all these characters that are going to be in the game. If I had to choose from the grid which characters I'm most excited about, I'll probably say Maestro, Iron Man, Old West, Man-Thing, you know, characters like that. I'm loving the different versions of characters like Iron Man, Old West. Like I said before, I really hope they don't stop there because I love the fact that we're getting 2099, Noir, Medieval England, Wild West, all these different characters that we all know and love, but different versions of them. That is one of the most exciting things, to me at least, about LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. Anyway guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.